back with another video. Happy Saturday to everybody. I hope that you guys are having a great day. Y'all already know, all positive vibes over here, no negative energy. But today's video, I am going to be talking about why I do not work in hospitality anymore, because I just felt like I need to address this, and I want to address it and just get it out the way. Because I saw a comment on one of my old videos from when I was working at the hotel, and the person asked me what hotel was I working at, or did I worked at. And it's not that I don't like working in hospitality. I really enjoyed working in hospitality. I loved working at the hotel and everything. And I'm just gonna give y'all a little rundown. When I first got into hospitality, I was doing an internship for my graduation year when I was in 12th grade. That's how I originally got into hospitality. And then after that, I had went and applied at this hotel. It was called Extended Stay America in Southfield. That's how I really got into hospitality. My cousin was the one that hired me at the Extended Stay America. Her name is Letitia Brown. Yes, that's my cousin, and I'm just putting it out there. Yes, she's my cousin. Her name was Letitia Brown. She was the one that hired me at Extended Stay America. But it was as the years had went on when I was working at Extended Stay, the building was just falling apart. Just falling apart, because it was the building was old, and the district managers and managers that was all the managers, the CEOs and stuff that was over the building, they really couldn't do nothing with the building. And they decided they wanted to transfer the manager that had hired me out to Canton, out to the Extended Stay in Canton. And she is still out in Canton. She still works for the company. And I'm going to just say, as the time went on, because I knew the building was falling apart. And it's they tried to bring in all these different managers, because I said, I had stated in a couple of my other videos, we had been through manager after manager after manager. They hired somebody named the second manager that they hired. His name was Richard, and I can't even. He was a no good manager. Some of these managers that they had hired for Extended Stay, they was no good. Like I said, his name was Richard. He still worked in I don't think he's still working in the company, but he is still working in hospitality. He was a no good manager. Then they hired somebody named Chris. He was from he was in hospitality, but he wasn't from extended stay. He was a no good manager. Then they had hired somebody named Dominique. He really wasn't a good manager, but he passed away last year of 2024. Rest in peace to Dominique. But it's these managers that the Extended Stay company was hiring, they was not good managers at all. Your staff wasn't coming to work. Your staff was calling off on you. And then let me get into this crazy. Then they had hired this crazy manager. Her name was Julia. This woman was crazy. I could tell she was crazy because she was on some kind of medication. And she would scream at us and talk to us any kind of way, we was her kids and stuff. She was a no good manager. And then let me get into Jason. I'm on your head, Jason. I am on your head. Okay, Jason. This nigga Jason, he was a no good manager, was a punk, still a punk. I'm just getting on Jason. I'm getting on you, Jason, because I just want to know, how are you still a manager? How? You was weak. You didn't want to write nobody. This man did not want to write anybody up for nothing. But you was coming at me thinking he was coming at me thinking I was the problem. Never did nothing. Overall, I'm just going to say that when this new, we had this new company that took over the hotel. And when the new company took over, I thought they was gonna keep us. We thought that I really thought they was go keep us and stuff. And like when the new company came in, they kept telling us, oh, not to come to work. It wasn't nothing for us to do. It's like they would like call us or text us on the phone telling us not to, telling me and my other coworkers that they had kept not to come to work because it wasn't nothing for us to do. So then they decided to get the new company that took over, they decided to get rid of us for some people, for some Mexicans that's not even from this country. They wanted to get rid of us for the Mexicans. So, no, I do not work in hospitality anymore. Do I want to go back to working in hospitality? I do want to go back to working in hospitality because I started, that was my first, working in hospitality was my first job. Working in hospitality was my first job. Yeah, it was. Working in hospitality was my first job. Yeah, because when I worked in hospitality, I did front desk. I was good with front desk. And that's how I got into, like, that's how I started working. That's how I started working at the YMCA. I do front desk at the YMCA. But like I said, do I want to go back to working in hospitality? Yes, I would want to go back to working in hospitality. That was the main job that I started off with, working in a hotel, because I had like different friends, like working in a hotel, I had like different friendships there. And me, and I could tell you like the friendships that I had working there. The main friendship that I had working there, me and Crystal, we was close. We still close till this day. Because why? We were the main two people and the main originals that stuck it out together when all these managers quit or got fired. We was the main two workers. We was the main two workers that came to work. We was the main workers that always did our job. That always was on time to work every day. And that's why I said I would go back into into hospitality, but I'm not gonna go back into hospitality right now because I'm trying to like put in applications for like different jobs. I'm trying to put in like applications. I've been putting in like applications for like the hospital, the main. I do because I like something like I want like to work in like a different environment. For me, I want to work in a different environment. Like I said, I've been putting in job applications to like different hospitals. I've been putting in applications for like just receptionist jobs that I want to like work at. Like it's like sometimes like because like I said, don't get me wrong, I like working in hospitality. I loved working in a hotel because it was exciting. But sometimes you need a new environment setting to work in. And that's how that's how I started working at the YMCA. That's how I started working at the YMCA, because working at the YMCA is easy, but don't get me wrong, I love working at the YMCA, but do not get me wrong. It is not, the YMCA is just like, for me, the YMCA is like just a little side job because the YMCA, they don't pay a good amount. They don't pay good. I want like, for me, I'm trying to get like this a full-time job. So that's why I'm like focusing like right now. I'm just like, I'm not like, I really could care less about the YMCA. I don't care. But I still love my members and my workers that I work with at the YMCA. But right now, I'm just focusing on my content creating right now. So I'm trying to go hard with my content. I'm trying to like be able to post more content for y'all. And I'm trying to be able to step out my shell with my content creating for you guys. So yes, that is why I do not work in this is I just wanted to come on here and explain why I do not work in hospitality anymore, because I was fired by this new company. It's called the Red Roof Inn and Hometown Studios in Southfield. So if y'all live in the Detroit area, please do not go and stay there. Please don't, because they got roaches there. They have roaches there. So do not stay any hotel in Southfield. Don't stay there because they got roaches there. But anyways, this is the end of the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Subscribe to my channel, and I will catch you guys in the next video.
There's new news, I done did that before. I turn nothing to something. My comeback on 100. Let's talk it, more action. You just gon' see coming.